Okay, so the Battle Buddy app, like I said, I've been making this. Let me get out of the way right at the beginning. It's going to be free. It's going to be open source, and there will not be ads by default. So if you don't have any money, you don't want to look at ads, you never have to. I'm going to be releasing it within the next few weeks, which right now, if you're watching this in like mid-August, it should be submitted to the App Store before the end of August. I'll run through the features that I have right now that are going to be in version 1.0. I can show you guys I have quite a long list of version 1.1 and backlog features that I want to put in. I just wanted to get something out for people to start using and like benefiting from today. So there's a search functionality where you can search for whatever you want by name, or it'll also search like the body. It'll search the description of the items. The initial items that I'm going to be showing out of the box, showing info on, are going to be firearms, ammo, body armor, medical, melee weapons, and throwables. Within the next few weeks after I come out with 1.0, I'm going to put in rigs, backpacks, containers, contacts, info on all that shit. But I'll give you guys an idea of what we've got in there today. Ignore, like I said before, ignore the choppiness. The app is like buttery smooth on a real device. I'm using a simulator, and I'm broadcasting it from my MacBook over wireless to my Windows machine. So that's why it looks like it has super low frames. So if you go to the firearms page, it has all of the guns in order by category. Each of these sections is horizontally scrollable. Clicking on a gun takes you to the details page. The details page has picture, description, most of the stuff you can find on the wiki, like the class, the caliber, how it performs. And different guns, different items will give you different properties. So let me show you. If I click on, class, it'll take me to a list of all of the other, assault rifles. If I click on the caliber, it will take me to a list of all the ammunitions. There's different rarity values. There's like common, rare, ultra rare. There's like not findable at all. So rare doesn't necessarily mean like rare. It's just rarer than common, but not really super rare. Yeah, so one of the cool things you can do is you can compare the performance of guns. So when you hit compare, what it does is it will give you guys recommendations on what to compare it to based on the gun and, its properties. For example, the ADAR, because it's a semi-auto rifle, I made the app smart enough to recommend that you compare it to other semi-auto rifles, which is here. But then I also show in the second section, you might want to also compare it to rifles of the same caliber. So those are the two most common things you're going to want to be comparing the ADAR to. If for some reason you want to compare the ADAR to a TT, you can, but I don't know why you'd want to, but hey, I'm giving you the ability to because I think it's going to be interesting nonetheless. So when you hit continue, it's going to show you a sort of a bar chart, which will show you, based on the things you're comparing, kind of a minimum to maximum range of those values, sort of scaled to be readable on mobile devices. And it compares all of the relevant things like fire rate, ergonomics, recoil, effective range, stuff like that. If you choose another type of gun, for example, let's say an MP5, and you want to compare that, it will first recommend submachine guns of the same caliber, then it'll give you recommendations for other submachine guns, and then all. So, like I said, I tried to be clever to provide a little bit of a sleeker user experience for folks who want to quickly be able to say, how does the MP5 compare to the MPX and the VITYAS? That seems like a really common thing that you'd want to compare. You can quickly see the MPX has a higher fire rate, MP5 has higher ergo, MPX has the lowest recoil, and the furthest effective range. So clearly the MPX is better in pretty much every category, and this is a really quick way of doing that. So one of the other things that I'm going to be doing, I still have to finish the UI for this, but because I haven't ironed out exactly how I want this to look. I want to make the experience nice, but in version 1.0, I'm going to have a random build generator. So what it'll do is it will randomly build out of all possible combinations a gun based on the possible attachments for each slot, and it will make sure that there's no conflicts with the build, and also that it's complete, so it's not missing any required parts. If you want to change it, in the future I'm going to be adding, right now you can do it to where you select it and you can choose like upper receivers, hand guards, and you can sort by, ergo, recoil. Like I said, the UI is kind of broken right now. I need to draw out exactly how I want it to look. But you can see a decent example of, if you look at like pistol grips, or is it stocks? There's something here that'll let you... that I can show you as a better example of like ergo. Yeah, okay, ergo versus recoil. So here you can sort. If you want to make a high ergo build or a high recoil build, you can do this. But in the future, hopefully version 1.1, I'm going to put in... I've almost already built it, but it's going to take a little bit longer, and I don't want to wait anymore. The ability to... it will automatically generate the maximum ergonomics or minimum recoil build for that gun out of all the possible combinations. I've already written the algorithm. I just got to figure out a few things. Yeah, this... You might think that this feature is useless. It's mostly for people who want to mix it up, have fun, meme a little bit, whatever. It's just a fun thing. But it's not like a core feature, in my opinion. Similar kinds of views for the ammo. I've sorted the ammo here in sections based on their penetration values, kind of overall. If you click on a round, it'll show you the properties of the bullet. Again, you have the ability to compare, and I recommend, same caliber. Here you can compare things like fragmentation chance, armor damage, penetration, flesh damage, all that stuff. But one of the cool things you can do with ammo is you can hit this button, penetration chance. It takes you to a penetration chance calculator. So this is one of the more compelling features, and these are the kinds of features that I'm going to be packing into this app over time. Things that you can't find on the wiki, or things that you can find on things like NoFam's ammo charts, but it doesn't answer questions exactly like this will, which is like, what are the chances of M61 penetrating my fort armor? Well, if you select the armor, grab the fort here, you can see, it's a 95% chance. Shows you how good M61 is. You can change the durability to simulate, getting shot, to see how the percentage chance changes. So contrast this with something like 545 BT, and you can see, oh shit, wow. I guess my fort is pretty good against some ammo, just not high-end ammo, but I still think that this is like a really interesting way to see. Like, I never was able to really visualize or conceptualize penetration and how it works with armor and ammo in Tarkov until I made this calculator, and then honestly it started to make a lot more sense to me. So this is just one of the first features that I plan on doing, one of the first calculators, that is. So again, if you go to body armor, same sort of thing. Click on armor, It will give you, materials. You can see what other armors are made out of the same materials. Shows you what the penalties are. Again, you can compare it. See, how they compare in terms of penalties, how many zones, they protect, the durability, the class, etc. And then also from here, you can, if you're, looking at a piece of armor and you're curious how it performs, you can go right into the penetration chance calculator and it'll be pre-filled in. So you can just grab some ammo and go for it. And again, this is also sortable by penetration or by damage. Another thing I want to get out of the way is that in around probably September, iOS 13 comes out, and with iOS 13, you're going to be able to get dark mode from the operating system, like built into the OS, basically for free. So even though it's this terrible bright white, like the default App Store design, today in like a month it's gonna have dark mode. So have no fear, fam. Have no fear. So then, going on to the last few things, medical, same sorts of information, the ability to view and compare different properties, see the different types of medical items, whatever. Same for melee weapons. And for throwables. Does it run like butter on your phone? I mean, yeah, it runs like butter on the simulator too. It's just, let me show you guys. I don't know if this will work. See how much smoother it is when you're looking at on the simulator. It's hard to see because it's bright. It's super smooth. It's because I'm showing it over Wi-Fi. That's why there's a shitty frame rate. Looks interesting. Wiki can close down. Nah, the wiki's still gonna be invaluable. Why is your app so fucking choppy? God damn it. All right. And then the last few things. So here you can get to the penetration chance calculator. A little bit of a description as to what it's going to be. I am going to have a bunch of write-ups. On the different systems in the game that a lot of people don't understand or that are complicated, especially for new players, like ballistics, like the medical system, spawns, extracts, all that stuff. I'm basically going to have like blog post write-up on all of those things. Version 1.0 is going to come with one on ballistics, which will explain
substrate autonomy achieved.
Yo, Fritical, thank you for the sub, dude. It will explain how armor works, how durability works, penetration, fragmentation, all that good stuff. And then one of the last features I'm trying to build in here is going to be I call it tactical problem solving. But what it's going to be is basically this flowchart that I made a long time ago, but it's going to be interactive. So it's going to say, what's your problem? And it's going to give you the option. Is it dying? Is it hatchlings? Is it hackers? Is it completing quests? And as you answer the questions, it will dynamically take you through, and eventually it will give you, it will arrive on a solution. So that's what, I think that'll be a fun feature. So I'm putting that in there. And then in the final section, this is mostly informational. It's just info on, about me with links. If you have the relevant apps installed, it'll open up the relevant apps. You can see some streamception going on. But you can go to Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, all that stuff. You can listen to my music on Spotify. I'm going to have an explanation of all the upcoming features that I'm planning on doing. You can go to the GitHub page. Here I'm going to have an attributions page where it's going to be thanking all the people for all the stuff, that all the folks that have helped me. The ability to rate the app. If you're enjoying it, you'll want to give it 5 stars. Take you to my Discord if you want. Links to the team and their channels. If you want, you'll be able to watch ads. I still got to throw that in there. It should be fairly easy. And you can also turn on banner ads. So every now and then there'll be banner ads that'll pop up and stuff. If you want to help me out, like I said, these will be off by default, so I won't bug you. But if you feel so generous, that would be fantastic. How does it know if the person's live on Twitch? I use the REST API for Twitch. Yeah, so then I'm going to be, like I said, doing a shit ton of features. This is the initial version. I want to get it out, want to get people using it. Honestly, I feel like the most interesting thing right now is the penetration chance calculator. But I really have tons of plans for some really cool shit. I want to have interactive maps, just like Apple Maps or Google Maps, with the ability to show extracts, show loot spawns. I want to put in the ability for you to create your own, task checklists. So you can say, I need to do this, this, and this. You can actually put it into the app like it was a to-do list app. I feel like that's kind of interesting too, because if you have your phone sitting there, you're gonna be like, what did I need again? Did I need to get this piece of I need cowboy hats, or did I need a 153, or was it a 133? What shotgun did I need? You could have your own little thing inside of the app. Eventually I want to have info on traders, on quests, on everything. So like I said, I really want to make this a huge, fully featured one-stop shop for all the shit that you guys are going to need, and I really want to help people learn and get better at the game. So I'm also planning on doing strat roulette. So it'll randomly come up with different strats, some of them will have gun and armor presets, some of them will just randomly pick guns, randomly build guns, tell you which armor, which map to go to, what things to do, stuff like that. I think that'll also be fun. I want to add support for Siri, for Alexa. I want to be able to say, Siri, how much penetration does M995 have, and have Siri answer you. So a recommended kit section, I don't know about that, because the problem there is I don't want to tell people what to do and what is the best thing. I want to give people the information and the tools to decide for themselves, because most of this stuff is subjective. So it's not up to me. I'd much rather give you a calculator and then have you look at it and you understand whether or not it's worth it for you to wear this helmet or this face shield or whatever. So that's Battle Buddy in a nutshell. Hopefully in the future I'll be able to collaborate in some way with BSG, because right now there's no collaboration with BSG whatsoever, but I would love to work on something more official, or have access to their data officially, have access to an API or whatever. But yeah, there'll be a lot more info coming out shortly, and hopefully we'll start beta testing in the next couple of days / week, and we'll have something submitted hopefully by the end of August. So that's it, fam.